Everybody, this is Joanna with the Abstract Art Journal, and today I'm going to do a demo for you using pan watercolors and watercolor pencils in your sketchbook. So what we're going to try to do today is I did this painting using watercolor pencils and tube watercolors, but I want to see if we can't recreate it. What we're going to be using is I'm using a 90-pound mixed media sketchbook, and we're going to be using, this is Winsor & Newton. This is this little Sketchers box. It's got 12.5 panned watercolors in it. Also, I'm going to be using my Derwent watercolor pencils. We are going to be using the Basics Gesso for one side. So I'm going to use one side with the Gesso on it and one side just on the journal. I'm also going to be using a water brush today. I may or may not use this little brush, and I'll use a scraper to put the gesso down. I went ahead and drew 2 leaves with my 2B pencil. So let's get started. We'll go ahead and put a little bit of gesso on one side. We'll just put just very little, a little drop. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, that's good. And we're going to use a scraper to go ahead and scrape that. So the reason I like to use a scraper when I put the gesso on is that you get a really thin layer of gesso and it dries really fast. Now, using the scraper might make ridges in it, but sometimes you can do it without that. So there's the gesso side. Now we'll go ahead and get started on this side, and we're going to use the watercolor pencils. I'm going to take the orange and outline the leaf with the orange watercolor pencil. Okay, that's how the watercolor painting I did was I outlined the leaf in watercolor pencil. So we'll just go ahead and do this quickly. We'll just do the outline. Okay, and then go ahead and color in. Go ahead and do this in different areas on the leaf. And you can either do it, you know, like this, like a number pencil. You could do it sideways to get the different colors. I want to put on some yellow. We'll do it like that for the yellow. You want to fill in so you get a good color saturation. And then I like to let's put in a little bit of red. So we'll definitely use some red. And you could just do, like right now I'm just doing this a little bit, putting in a little bit of color. And you can add more color later. So actually the leaf looks kind of good by itself. Okay, so on the water brush you just squeeze it until, you know, the tip gets wet. And then you go ahead and apply that, and you can see we're really getting, you know, a really pretty watercolor effect on this side. Oh yeah, that looks really nice. Okay, so it's that easy and it's that quick. So we'll go ahead and wipe off the water brush. Okay, and then we'll do the gesso side. Now the gesso's dry, so we'll go ahead and take the orange watercolor pencil and go ahead and go around again on the leaf. These are fall leaves, which I really like. What I did do one time is I went and picked a leaf up outside and brought it in and traced over it in my sketchbook. You know, drew the outline of the leaf. Okay, now we're going to use the pan watercolor. So go ahead and make sure the tip is wet. And I just put it in the pan watercolor. Let's go with that. And then look how nice that goes. Now, this is on the gesso. It really is doing a wonderful job. The color is absolutely beautiful, and you can tell I'm just barely touching my brush to the paint, to the pan watercolor, but the watercolor is this brand, this Winsor Newton pan watercolors, the 12 little, now that leaf looks beautiful, and we've only done the orange. We can put a little bit of yellow in it, but I think it looks real pretty like that. We'll put like the little darker yellow in it a little bit, but it just came out beautiful. And that like took, what, 2 seconds? So here's your samples. You know, this is on This is with the pan watercolor on gesso, and this is with the watercolor pencil just on the journal. Actually, I think it comes out prettier on the gesso, so you may want to just start using gesso. Go ahead and use the scraper so you get a really thin layer. And I hope you have fun trying out these ideas. It's always fun working in your journal, and have a great art day. Thanks. Bye.